Hey, what's up online? What's up, online community? And thanks for stopping by, checking out another segment of Straight No Chaser. Now, first off, I've got to say that I know I've been gone for some time. I want to give a shout out and a special warm felt thank you to everybody that's messaged me, that's reached out, that has stopped by to check on me and my health and my well-being. As you can see, I'm back. I'm black and I'm stronger than ever. Last time I was online on the airways, I didn't have the facial hair. Look, I even grew the goatee back because I was walking around looking like Kenneth Brown with the with the slippery criminal face, no facial hair. But I even grew the goatee back. So shout out to everybody that checked in on me. Checked in on my health. I'm feeling great. I'm doing great. I'm energized. I'm enthused. I'm ready to talk some sports. I'm ready to get down with my man Ken. I know that because of the hiatus, I've been gone for a month. This segment, I wanted to kind of take it back to the roots, and that is talking to one of my guys who was there A1 from day one, helping me build this platform, talking sports and culture, Ken Brown. So first off, Ken Brown, thanks for jumping on Straight No Chaser.
Hey, brother, thanks for having me back, man. It's been too long. I'm glad to see, man, you're doing well. We definitely missed the segments, man. So glad to have you back once again, man. So we can jump into it and get it popping.
Man, you know how we do. So before we get into it, people at home, if you're watching, grab your favorite libation. Today we're talking sports, and we're gonna get into a Straight No Chaser. Salute.
Yes, sir.
As we talk about the LA and the Kobe effect, one of the things that has happened is LeBron's got his 4th championship ring. So there's a lot of LeBron love. There's a lot of LeBron hate.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think? Give me your thoughts on LeBron's legacy after winning his 4th ring.
To me, his legacy has already been cemented by what he's already done. This 4th championship, of course, moves him closer to that head seat with Jordan. Although there's a large fan base, man, that doesn't want to see him get close to Jordan.
Yeah.
But I mean, at that table right now, you got to say him, Kobe, and MJ right now are at the head of that table. I think if he's able to pull something off during the full season next season and gets a ring, man, it's gonna be hard to argue, man, that he's not right there with Jordan, man. I mean, you can put an asterisk on this season. Some people want to do that. I heard Pat Riley says there's an asterisk on the season because it was shortened and they had to play in the bubble or whatever, man. But I mean, for what he did at his age, as long as he's been in the league and as much mileage that he has in his body, man, it's remarkable. I've never seen any player do what he's doing at this age.
And it's interesting that you touched on that. I think you hit on all the key points. You look at what he's doing at his age. You look at how he's able to pace himself, how he's able to manage and maintain, where he doesn't feel like he has to win every possession. In some instances, he may not feel like he has to win every game because he has a grander vision of what the prize is, and that prize is the NBA championship. One of the things that I've heard about LeBron James, and let me first start by saying I think his legacy had been cemented as far as one of the greats of all time long before this.
Right.
I mean, people wanted to detract away from what he's done and what he's accomplished because let's just face it, we don't want to see our heroes fall.
Right.
And that's one of the challenges when you come behind some of the great players like a Kobe Bryant, like a Michael Jordan.
Right.
But the reality of it is we don't want to see our heroes fall, especially when we are attached to something in our generation, in our era. We want our era of sports to be the best. We want our era of music and movies to be the best. Our era of basketball to be the best. Mm-hmm. And the reality of it is LeBron is the best and he is out of our era. And it's difficult for people to accept. Just like, looking at my dad, having conversations with him back in the day. He was a big Oscar Robertson fan. He was a big Wilt Chamberlain fan. He was a big McAdoo fan, Elvin Hayes, guys, Elgin Baylor. So it was really a challenge for him to accept the guys in the 80s and 90s in terms of what they brought to the table.
Right.
So I get that component of it. But also some of, when you look at the numbers and the accomplishments and things like that, those things don't lie.
Right.
One of the things that was really, really looking back at the NBA Finals that really stood out to me was LeBron taking on the defensive challenge.
Right.
Now, we hear about Michael Jordan and other guys, and I don't want to make this about LeBron and Michael because that's another conversation, and we'll anger a whole segment of people, and I'll get all kind of. Actually, I think I do kind of need some hate mail. Let me know I made it. Get
Right.
some hate mail. We hate you. Yay, made it.
Right.
But with that, you talk about, we would hear that LeBron didn't play defense, and the way I explained it to people was, if you are the leader on a team and you've got so much responsibility. LeBron has always been the leading scorer on this team, the leading or second leading rebounder on this team, the leading assist guy on this team, the guy who controls the tempo. At some point, there's only so much energy that your body can maximize.
Right.
And in instances, he rested on defense because he didn't have the opportunity to rest on offense, because he didn't have anybody else necessarily to bring it up consistently. He didn't have guys that could go and get a bucket consistently or set other people up consistently or rebound consistently. So he rested on defense. But what LeBron was able to do was play situational defense, meaning, you look at the playoff series against Chicago Bulls. When fourth quarter, he said, okay, I got Derrick Rose.
Right.
He's played situational defense throughout his career because he just doesn't have the energy to exert on both ends of the floor, given his responsibility on the offensive end. Right. And you saw it in these playoffs. You saw it when he guarded Jamal Murray, who was blistering hot. And let's also say, for the record, Jamal Murray, when it comes to Kyrie and Paul George and Patrick Beverly, he got that ass. Gave him a 50 piece.
Yes, he did.
You talk about Jamal Murray, who was red hot. You talk about Jimmy Butler, who was red hot. And he said, no, I got Jimmy. So having that level of awareness to say, okay, now is my time. I think that's head and shoulders above some of the other ball players because he's playing chess while the other ball players are playing checkers.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah,
I would say he's playing chess while a lot of them are playing Connect Four, bruh. It's he's his responsibilities, man, are just it's crazy. Like you said, man, he's got to score, he's got to rebound, he's got to set tempo. At times he's running the point most times, man. So, and then, don't forget about him on the defensive, man, because he's making some defensive plays as far as blocks and stops, man, that you're like, man, the energy at his age that he's expending, you're amazed, So, if they get another scorer, a wing player, I hope it's DeMar DeRozan, man, they could be back holding that trophy again next year, man. I really believe that.
I agree. And I think one of the things that is very underrated about LeBron James is his leadership, his ability to focus not only himself, but his teammates on the prize. Right. To that point, Derek Anderson, again, shout out to DA. I wish you could be here with us, but I know you'll be with us. You're here with us as Spirit. You're chiming in with comments. You'll be on one upcoming soon. Derek has talked about, he's been to the finals 10 out of 17 years. That's not easy. Some guys don't even make it to the finals. James Harden, as great as he is, has never made an NBA finals. Russell Westbrook has only been once.
Right.
Charles Barkley's been once.
Right.
You can go through a list of players, a litany of players that have only been able to go one time or haven't made it at all. And this guy, it's like, over the last, 10 years, 11 years, last year was hurt, but every year he's been healthy over the last 10 years, he's gone. It's a given that he's going to get there.
In both conferences, Eastern Conference and Western Conference. He's put teams in the championship. So, man, he's in rare company, man. He's a special talent. You've seen a lot of great basketball players, man, out of Chicago at every level. But this cat, man, he's built different, man. And the fact that he's been able to play this long at this higher level tells you how much time he spends at his craft and in his body. So, man, kudos, man. He's like I said, man, he's at the table.
And while we're talking about the Lakers, I also have to give a shout out to my man Miles Simon. He's from the University of Arizona. Tournament MVP. He won a national championship. I forgot the year, but his backcourt mate was Mike Bibby. Had a chance to hang out with Miles Simon at Kansas basketball camp. We did some stuff together. Great guy, great person, family man. He was the only holdover out of all the coaches from the regime, from the previous regime with Luke Walton to the regime now with Frank Vogel. Great guy, great person, Southern Cal guy, West Coast through and through. And shout out to him for getting a championship ring. I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him. I know he's been working with a lot of the guys I'm shooting. You know, shout out to my man Miles Simon. You know,
right.
Much love and respect to him.